Wow, just so much damage output with 4 energy. Much better than the last time we fought Slime Boss. GG. Instant satisfaction. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's time for Ascension 4 with the Ironclad. My hope is for this ladder to get further than the previous one did. We died on Ascension 10 with the Calling Bell. I think we can do better than that. So again, to run our little ladder challenges here, I'm using the Filter the Spire mod, available on the Steam Workshop. So that message you see at the start of every run is the Filter the Spire mod, finding a run that will guarantee me the boss relic that I want, Ectoplasm in this case, at the start of each of our runs, but doesn't otherwise modify anything. It also means that the seeds are reusable. We can take this run seed and use it even in unmodded Spire to get the same outcome, that Ectoplasm start. And yes, Krugzar, it is possible to trade the Ectoplasm to Inloth in Act 2, but we have to get lucky and have Inloth request the Ectoplasm as one of the 2 random relics he selects, which is far from a guarantee. I like our pathing here in Act 1. As ever, the goal is to get lots of upgrades and relics in the first act. I think with Ectoplasm, we're a little bit less interested in finding elites. Normally, one of the big things that you get from beating elites is the 30 average gold. It's twice as much as a regular combat. But with that denied to us, it might be more beneficial to visit less elites and get more upgrades. So we can hit 4 fires and 2 elites going this way. We could go for the early Burning Elite, but I think that would require us to be pretty strong. 4 energy does allow, especially Ironclad, to really clobber his way through Act 1. But I don't think it's quite enough here. So I'm thinking, pathing-wise, let's hit the Fire Elite Fire pathing. That does require us to go through the shop, but we'll have 99 gold with which we can remove 1 card, and then we can grab a couple more upgrades for Slime Boss here. Slime Boss did take down our recent... with Ironclad even, the Calling Bell ladder. Dark Strike and Guaranteed Lethal, good. 4 energy with Clad is just so nice. Being able to dunkify everything. First floor Rampage. I think with the Ectoplasm giving us 4 energy, this is a pretty reasonable clothesline take. For 12 damage and 2 weaken, and it would be a good upgrade for 14 and 3. We can also consider this Rampage. I think this is a totally good early game card for the Ironclad. It does 8 damage the first time you play it, then 13, then 18. If you can redraw it with Headbutt or just card draw, it can scale up really quickly, and it's just really solid for the elite fights of Act 1. It's something that I think is a little appealing to try to build around and to make a Rampage deck, you know, that scales this up to like 80 or 100 damage, but you don't need to commit to that so hard. It's enough for Rampage to be a card that you take in the early game, it gets you through a couple of elite fights, and then you just stop thinking about it. That's totally fine to do with Rampage. Would be pretty difficult to make a dedicated small deck. Not impossible, but difficult. I'd grab it. Over that clothesline. We'll see what it can do for us. It is, you know, from a damage to energy perspective, a little bit more effective than Clothesline is, which is nice. We don't have any sustain for the Combust. Combust does damage to all enemies at the end of our turn in exchange for some of our health. It's a really good damage power in the early game, especially going into Slime Boss. I really would have been happy to see that on the last run. Sustaining is indeed overrated. With 80 health to work with, and on this Ascension level, healing to full after each combat, I think we can definitely get away with the Combust here. A good Sentinel deck. I like Sentinel a lot with Corruption, because you can gain the block from it and the energy from exhausting it at the same time, but I'll rarely take it otherwise. I'm going to take this Combust here, which opens us up to taking a Rupture maybe, and wow, an upgrade? We're going to get 4 upgrades already. Let's upgrade that Combust right away. 7 damage to all enemies. That's a lot of damage. Let's see, you have 21 health. This is 20. We may skip out on the Combust a few times, just because We don't actually need to play it to win the fight. Always happy with the Blessing of the Forge, upgrading all cards in our hand. If we took an Iron Wave, I think we'd want to upgrade it, and we do want cards to upgrade. I'm gonna take the Iron Wave. I don't often take this card. I think it is a lot better with an upgrade, and because of our upgrade surplus, that's why we're picking it here. Alright, our first hard pull fight against the Blue Slaver. We'll play our Combust here. Trade a few hit points. Try to end this fight quickly rather than... not quickly. Good. Another Iron Wave. Bloodletting to sacrifice more health to gain energy, or Big Old Carnage. Definitely a card that slaps. This does 28 damage after an upgrade, and I think that's exactly the sort of thing you want to see when you're a 4 energy Ironclad. We'll take it. Alright, so we'll upgrade the Carnage, and our first elite shouldn't be too much of a problem here. Old Bash Pass. Definitely play Combust. I think we go Rampage Strike and start now. Next turn we can do, like, Upgrade Potion, Iron Wave, Defend, Carnage. Something like that. Ooh. Or we can redraw the Rampage. You know what, in that case, let's forget the Carnage entirely. Play the Rampage and the Strike, the Iron Wave and the Defend. And Rampage will be our solution for this Lagavulin fight. Wow. Just so much damage output with 4 energy. But what about 4 and a third energy? Happy Flower says every 3 turns, gain an energy. That's pretty dang good and leads us to starting to want some real card draw here. Although Flex, Warcry, and Trench is not card draw. I do like the Explosive Potion for some AoE damage. Could be helpful against sentries. We have one more elite to fight. I'm going to skip all of these, though. Upgrades now that are good are both Bash and the Iron Wave. Let's get that Iron Wave upgraded. I took it so that I could upgrade it. If you take Iron Wave and don't upgrade it, I think you'll be sad most of the time. Oh, and Warpaint will upgrade 2 random skills. That's guaranteed to be 2 of our defends, making our block game even better. Almost always happy to have a couple upgraded defends on Ironclad. Just a lot more effective than what we had otherwise. Show me Rupture. Oh ho, it's here! Alright, do we do it? Whenever you lose a hit points from a card, gain... We would upgrade this to be 2 strength, so with Combust in play, 2 strength per turn. It's almost always better to grab the upgrades in the early game. Strength immediately, Inspire is always better than Strength later, because you can use strong Etude that you have right away to kill elites, to trade away health in events, to make different choices in your card selections. So it's the question, do I want a Heavy Blade? Let's give it a shot. I suspect we will dislike it, but we'll give it a shot. Okay, Combust is here on turn 1, but I think Bash Carnage is just going to be better. Do 50 damage on turn 1. Could kill him with the Explosive Pot, but I think we can also full block here, yeah? Yeah. Easy. Exact lethal with Heavy Blade? Must mean that Heavy Blade was objectively correct, right? Alright, we unfortunately get a completely worthless card here, relic here in Ceramic Fish. Bloodletting could give us strength, or we could take a second Rampage. I think we'll skip all of this. Grab 2 more upgrades. Those are going to be on the Rupture. 2 strength per time we lose health. Take the events. My 1 gold! How dare you! I need that dollar to give to the Red Mask Man. Dang it. You stinky looter, get out of here. We get no dollars back. Let's grab this uppercut. And upgrade it. Golden Idol is another completely useless thing when we have Ectoplasm. We can't gain money. But that's okay, because it means we don't have to take the penalty to acquire the Golden Idol, at least. Combust turn 1 is going to make for a pretty easy slime boss fight, I think. We want him to leave... want him to be at 70-ish going into next turn. Split at 70. Uppercut plus Combust is 20, bring him down to 72, that's perfect. And leaves vulnerable on this turn. And now we're gaining 2 strength per turn. Gonna be really good. Boop. Alright. Much better than the last time we fought Slime Boss. GG. Tons of damage output. Ooh. Interesting choices here. So, 2 really good candidates here. Reaper is healing based on our strength. And we do have lots of strength gain with this Rupture. Brutality would be even more strength gain off of the Rupture. The card draw will also allow us to draw through these Stinky Strikes, which are going to be a real problem going into the mid to late game, because we cannot get rid of them. That would put us into a situation where we're taking 2 damage per turn, but the fight's not going to last very long. I think the card draw of this is going to be really important. Ahaha! Wow. Choices. Okay, can I have my Reaper back, actually? Because I'd really like to go Pyramid here. And the Reaper would be very, very good with the Pyramid. Maybe I do take the Pandora's Box. Pyramid lets us retain our hand every turn. Pyramid is incredible under basically all circumstances. Snecko Eye is 2 extra card draw every turn and start each combat confused. We've got 2 cost, 2 cost, 2 cost, 2 cost. Not a bad Snecko deck at all. A cool little synergy. Ceramic Fish doesn't get a lot of value. And of course with Ecto it gets no value at all. But if you don't have Ectoplasm, and you do have Ceramic Fish, the Pandora's Box becomes an even better take than normal, because it'll give you 9 gold per transformed card. In this case it would have been 9 times 9, 81 additional gold for taking the Pandora's Box here. I'm going to take the Snecko though. I think with our 4 base energy and our 2 cost card abundance, Snecko will pay big dividends for us. Improve the Snecko-ness of the Decatude. The Snecatude of the Decatude must embiggen. Or something. Do I use a potion here? I think no. Should have a kill next turn. For that enormously strong turn 1. Yeah, no problem. So, 2 turns to kill Shelled Parasite is a pretty good sign that we're doing something right. From here, slapping just about every 2-cost card we see into the deck is a solid strategy. It's crazy. Oh, man. Get Flame Barriered on, idiots. Smell you nerds later. Instant satisfaction. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Entrench can actually be okay with the Snecko as part of our kind of like block solution. After we play our block cards, Entrench will double them. Actually really like this Entrench. It would also make a Barricade a really good take from here on out, with the Snecko Eye already in play. It's a card that doesn't benefit from its upgrade. Entrench is one of those cards with an energy reduction upgrade. And changing the energy costs of your cards is useless when your costs are random. One of the, I think, most basic pieces of advice I can give for Watcher is that she's a very setup-oriented character. And so to play Watcher well will require you to understand what your enemies are going to be doing 1 or 2 turns from now. So one of the best things that you can do to improve your play across all the characters, but especially Watcher, is to learn the patterns of each enemy, and therefore learn how you can play against them effectively. The wiki is a really good reference for that. You can also use the Slay the Spire spreadsheet, which has the AI patterns of every enemy in it. Let's see, we're fighting Champ. Let's try to hold on to the Cultist Potion for that fight. Not that I'm going to need it, but try to do it. How's it going, Ugly Wombat? Hey, hey. Recombust. We'll deal 14. That'll force Mystic to heal next turn. Cards like this get way better as you improve your ability to draw more cards. The more cards you have in hand, the more block you have available for Entrenched to double. And Sneko's 2 additional cards drawn per turn really impact that a lot better. Okay, looks like we're gonna fail to kill here. Means it's a reasonable block potion. So I've got... Yeah, we'll use the block potion here. If the potion slots are full, it's reasonably worth it to use them when opportunities present themselves. We try to win before Rupture does too much damage to us. Smack. Card draw is the #1 Spire superpower. The more you have, the more nonsense you can do. Stinky cards. The big stinky. Oh, whoops. That's not correct anymore. We can remove 1 card or gain 7 upgrades, 5 strikes and 2 defends. I generally think the upgrade all is worth it if you're getting about 5 or so upgrades compared to the removal. And that's definitely true with Sneko-Eye. Since our cards are random cost, we are just going to be playing strikes and defends with leftover energy on some percentage of our turns, and having those strikes and defends be numerically better is going to be really good. And a relic with a chance for a Writhe Curse. Normally I'm down to gamble on this, but we're not going to be able to remove this Writhe ever, so it'll be a turn 1 dead card every fight forever. Gonna be a no from me then. So good. I think we're gonna go this way. Upgrade, Final Elite, upgrade, Final Elite. We'll leave the Burning Elite for Act 3. If we turn left out of the Burning, does that not give us 2 more Elites? If we go this way, up the middle it does. Requires us to go to a worthless shop, and means you miss out on a campfire, though. I don't know where they all are. What we got here? Dropkick. Free Dropkick is 1 more card draw, 1 more energy to work with. Can I meaningfully use 5 energy with this hand? Yes. Yes, I can. Alright. Give me that Dropkick, then. 13. That would actually kill with the Flame Barrier return damage, though, yeah? Or we can just immediately kill with Heavy Blade, and then that's a full block. That's better. Alright. I'll begrudgingly admit Heavy Blade was okay there. Begrudgingly, I tell you. Just full block and pass the turn. So we have Iron Wave and Trench. We can gain 14 block. Alright, we'll do Iron Wave and Trench then. Which also lets me play the Carnage. Take a little bit here. Good full block, but if we play the Heavy Blade, the Slaver should die to the return damage. We'll take 3. I think I'd prefer that. I don't want to get into a situation where they're regenerating too much here. Fortunately, our immense card draw each turn, making this not too bad. The regen's real. Good job, Flame Barrier. For example, here's an event we... Wait! Pain Rupture? Do I dare? So, Warp Tongues would give us a relic that upgrades a random card in our hand every turn, and a Pain Curse. Rupture says whenever you lose health from a card, gain 2 strength. Together, stonks. Let's do it. We can never remove this pain. Ever. But, Strongitude? Ooh, Art of War. If we play no attacks, gain extra energy. We could take Akabeko to make our first attack do more damage, or we can take the key. Akabeko's nice. Not amazing, but nice. Hello, Book of Stonks. Book of Stronking. So we skip Tensing Rod now, yes. We certainly do. Okay, here I think I'm going to play not the Strike to get the Art of War value. So check this out. Whenever we lose HP from a card, gain 1 strength. Or 2 strength. So, 2 strength, 2 strength, 2 strength, 2 strength. We have 8 strength now in 1 turn from Rupture. Pretty hype. Unfortunately, I cannot block very well, because somebody rolled all 3s. Someone. Oh. Okay, Regal Pillow's great, though. Whenever we rest, heal for 15 more. By exhausting all non-attack cards in my hand. Pick it up. Take 6 here. Go down to 25? 100% comfortable with that. Problem solved! Reaper get! Yo, let's go. Easy times. Easy, easy, easy times. Or we can do Akabeko Reaper on turn 1. And that's pretty good as well. Boop. Thanks for the 26 hit points. Hee hee. Saved a couple hit points with the Eversoul. Feels really good. I don't think so. I don't think we would bottle the Reaper. It's nice to draw on turn 1. But I don't necessarily want to do it in every fight. There's a way I can kill you this turn. Even if it means using the explosive potion. We got, what, 15? This will do 6, essentially. Does 10 brings it down to 24. And leaves it with 4 block. Close Pot would then bring it to math. Okay, it doesn't cost me anything to find out, though. It's 10. Okay, so we can kill with the explosive potion here. I'm gonna do that. Make my life a lot easier. But I love Dark Embrace as a general rule. I'm not that into it right now. You know what? Let's take it. Such a powerful card draw mechanism. Oh, and we get the immediate Matryoshka value with Nunchaku. Every time we play 10 attacks, gain an energy, and potentially also Kunai, giving us Dex if we play 3 attacks in 1 turn. Kinda like the Sapphire Key over Kunai. I think Ironclad really struggles to use Kunai, although the Snecko Eye does make it a lot easier. Snecko Eye does make it a lot easier. Alright, we'll take it. Take the barrier upgrade. Alright, was originally planning to win this with the Cultist Potion, but... Alright, we'll use the Skill Pot. That's better. Get the Dark Embrace down. Start drawing towards that Pain Rupture combo. Here it is. And before you know it, we'll be stronger than any man alive. Could've played that strike, and I should've. All good. Feudal Weakling. A free shot. So deliberately drawing Pain here. I can play more cards. Boop. 14 strength and counting. It's a pretty good turn to get him. His strikes do 100 damage collectively. And we won't even be vulnerable for Execute. Not that Execute is going to happen. This lad is dead. Jar. No champ. You die. GG. Give him the bonketing. Limit Break seems pretty nice though. Double your strength in any deck with Reaper is a pretty valuable thing to be doing. Offering is normally a zero-cost card, but that it gives energy and card draw back usually means that even with Snecko Eye, this will increase the number of cards you can play. Especially with Dark Embrace, but I think I'm going to go with a Limit Break here. And I think I'd like to go to 5 energy. Although the Black Star is tempting, giving us extra relics from elites. I think I want the Hammer. We're relatively likely to see upgraded cards from here on out. And the Warp Tongues can upgrade anything that we can't upgrade ourselves. Being able to heal bigly is pretty nice, even if we do end up at full health with the Reaper. I could definitely foresee a weird situation where a really bad Snecko draw puts us in a place where we'd want to rest.